Hello and welcome to this review for the game Rolling Realms from Stonemaier Games. If you've watched my videos before, you might notice my voice is a little different. I don't know what's going on. I feel fine. I'm not sick whatsoever, but it's just happening for some reason. Anyway, up until a few days ago, it was worse, so it took me a while before I could finally make this video. Anyway, let's get to it. Some of you may know this, but Rolling Realms came to be as one of those things that was made during the early COVID lockdown in 2020. Stonemaier was one of the publishers who created a game that you could print at home just on a piece of paper and use your own dice and pen and pencil, whatever, to play it at home. And so this is a roll and write game, and the theme was all the different Stonemaier games that already exist. Scythe, Between Two Castles, Viticulture, Wingspan. Here's the little Wingspan bird on the cover, and all the other Stonemaier games. But yeah, that was it. And at some point, since a lot of people did enjoy playing that game, they asked the publisher, make a real one, make a real game out of it. And he obliged. The owner of the company, Jamie Stegmaier, he came up with the game itself in general. And now it's a real game that you can buy wherever you buy your games. So, let's get to it. The components, there's two publishers that I really never can say anything but praise about the components that they have. And Stonemaier is one of them, and I'm very happy that I got to receive this copy to make videos of. Yeah, the box is fine. The cards are great. It's all good. I love the dice. The size of the dice, they're quite big. They're like twice the size of a regular die, and it has a small detail. If you can see the pips, they are in this little shape, which is, well, it's a standard shape, but it's also the shape that Stonemaier uses as its game publishing, its company logo. So yeah, a very nice detail. I do have a wooden table here at home, and they make a lot of noise, but I don't mind, at least not in this case. And that's it. The game also comes with markers and erasers, these little pads that you can use. By the way, if you would like to know anything about how everything looks and how the game's played, do watch one of my other videos in which I show and explain all of that, so we can just keep it up to the review only. Anyway, the game itself. I am not a huge fan of roll and write games. I don't mind them. If someone offers it, I am definitely willing to play it because I do enjoy myself while I'm doing it. But it's one of those mechanisms, if I would see it in a shop, that's not my first choice and what I would purchase. I have one other game that's a roll and write, and it's a bit of an unusual one, so I do like that one, but on average, not my favorite. But I did like Rolling Realms, and the main reason is these two dice that I just showed you. These are the only dice that are in the game, and players do not get individual turns. Anyone at the table rolls these dice, and you get an outcome. This is the outcome, and everyone at the table has to use this outcome equally, and that's what I like. It's a 100% equal opportunity roll and write game. Same as, for example, we're using this card. If I'm using this card, everyone at the table also is using this card, the same one, to cross things off on. It's not like I have this one and another player has this one. No, we all have the same cards, so love it. This is the most 100% equal opportunity roll and write game that I have come across so far. Um, it also has a very clear card that keeps track of your points and the round, and even the rounds as well, round 1, 2, 3, and then your total score. And it has this separate resources card, which is also very clear since it says exactly on the card what the resources will do for you. So, great game, and I also enjoy playing it because it's quite diverse. It always changes. You have all these cards that you can use, and you use 3 for each round. And I can't imagine that you'll ever play exactly the same game twice. So yeah, very nicely done. There's only one thing I have to say that's slightly less positive, but that's for me personally. Let's say each assignment for what you have to check off in the boxes is different. They all have different instructions on how they work, which is good. But the way it's formulated has been a little problematic for me personally. I've got just a slight bit of dyslexia, and sometimes I'm reading this and thinking, I don't know what it means. I I can't figure it out. But there is no solution, or otherwise you'd have to go into long detail in the rule book. You don't know. It's okay. You will figure it out eventually, or you can discuss it as a group at the table. You can look it up online. There's other people who might have had the same questions, and we'll ask them online, and the answer will be there. I'll read you one. This one is for viticulture. Here's what the card looks like. We have some grapes. When dice have been rolled, you use those dice. Either gain a grape, outline it, and a resource, or use the sum of one die and the value of at least one gained grape, cross it off, to mark a wine order equal to or less than that sum. You might hear me say this and think, yeah, perfectly clear to me, or you might be me and think, what? Sorry, what? No idea. And that's what I had with a few cards, just a few, maybe this one and at most 1 or 2 other ones, and the rest were quite clear. But I understand there's no solution, and if this is the only problem that I personally have, it's not much of a deal breaker. So yeah, that's all I have to say about it. The game is simple, it's short. When you're playing this with people at the table, you don't really need to explain it. You can just explain it as you go. Just say what the main goal is and for how long you're going to be playing the game. And from then on, just explain as you go. It doesn't take too long. It's not that complicated. So yeah, another thumbs up from me from this lovely Stonemaier game. Good quality, good game. And as for roll and writes go, which usually aren't games that I'm very fond of, I think this is very well done and it's a good one. If you've played it, let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree or what you think of the game. I'm happy to read those. Anyway, thank you for watching and feel free to leave any comment and see you for the next one.